Hey guys, Chris is O-Scale here. I figured it's been a little while since I gave you an update, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring you up to speed with what's been going on. This water scene here in the corner that I was working on last time, I kind of told you where I was at. I finally poured the water and went over it with that water effects and to give it a ripply effect on top of it. Added some scenery to it and some little pieces of wood that I found in the backyard, and to add some character to it. And I also, when I was up at Amherst this past year, I picked up these pewter seagulls and added it into the scene, as well as these swans. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It came pretty good. You may have seen it in some of my running sessions that I posted within about a month ago or whatever. And added some like pond lilies around the dock scene here. This was that Woodland Scenics, I think it's Family Fishing dock scene or whatever they call it. And made a little pathway going up to the ballast along the tracks there, and an old piece of washed up dry tree trunk or something. And this is where I'm at with this section here. I think it's so far looks pretty good, and I don't know much more I could do in this section here, but that's kind of where it's at for the area I've been working on. Is over here where I put the hobo scene and the campground and the abandoned water tower here. And I added it in here. I cut out the styrofoam I use for the base around here, and to recess it in so it looks more like it's into the ground level here. Added some pine trees and some bushes, and I think last time I told you about the grass, the way I applied the grass here. I think it's Joey Ricard from Trackside Scenery. He has a real good video on how you could get away with doing that without a static grass applicator. So all in all, for my first attempt, I think it came pretty good. It doesn't look too bad. Also, another thing I was working on is this background scenery here behind this warehouse, and my tunnel porthole that was talking about doing and mocking up. And it finally all came together. And what I did was I used some styrofoam and etched it out like a rock wall. Added some Pensy block in there as a retaining wall. Some vines, foliage, and smaller trees. I use smaller trees up top, so when you're standing back there, it kind of gives it the illusion that it's the trees up top a little distance. And also I purchased a backdrop photo, and I cut out the sky on it and placed it on this fascia board stuff, basically what I got here, and outlined the fascia board and cut it to match the cut of the hill there. And I wanted to kind of get the effect like, it's a valley and that's a hill off in the distance, like further back from these up front, on the ones I carved out of stone, kind of like it's set back from where the factory warehouse / thing is. And also, like I said, I did my tunnel porthole there, like to have my road from town. Over here also, around it, I put the Pensy block walls up, to give it the effect that it's, held back, retaining walls. And then you got the mountain above it, hilltop, blue rock, whatever you want to call it. And there again, I added some smaller scale trees, or, I guess they're O scale or HO scale or whatever, but they went with the smaller height trees to give it that effect again of the distance and all. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out here. I think it looks pretty nice. So there's another angle over there of the water tower. So it's a nice little scene over here, and I'm kind of happy with the results that I wound up with. Also over here where my girder bridge is that goes goes around the tunnel porthole there and over the hill grade, the grade going into town. I finally carved this pink styrofoam over here. I didn't start adding any trees or ground cover yet, but I carved it out, painted it, threw some wash, some dry brush, some white highlights on it, and there again, it came out pretty good for what I wanted it to do. In this area here, I think I'm gonna have like a waterfall, and what I did down here was I kind of carved this out and filled it with plaster, and I think I'm gonna do like another little water scene there, like it's the runoff from town and also from this hill here. And I have always thought of putting like a spring, like waterfall or something coming down through there and underneath the bridge and down this drainage ditch and winding up here. So, hopefully that'll all come together, and I'll get around to doing the ground cover and then try to attempt doing the waterfall. I've been playing around with some like clear silicone and stretching it out, spreading it out on wax paper to perhaps use as my waterfall coming down. I like I say, I got that I don't know, the water effects or whatever, and I see some videos on Woodland Scenic site that that's what they use to get their waterfall effects. So there's a couple options. I'll give it a try and see what gives me the best results. Another thing I did is this Deuce's bike shop. I had it all apart since like last August, and I finally came around to putting it together. And what I did is I added some core board to give it like a sidewalk effect around it, and I gutted it out. Added lights to the exterior. This light over here, and there's another one next to the doorway entrance. Those are those Woodland Scenics. And I also took the fake pole lights out and added this pole light right here. And I don't have it plugged in. I already tested it. It looks pretty nice lit up, but hopefully that's something I could show you in the near future when I light it up. Another thing, I started filling in the background, where I have my grade going up, and started doing that. Over here also I began to fill and mound up and block off the hole that was left as I put my grade up around the layout here. So how I came about starting to do this table over here was had some of that great stuff, the foam, and I had to spray something to do some insulation, like fill a gap or something. Anyways, the long and short of it is, I had quite a bit left in the can, and I didn't want to waste it or throw it out. Now, usually I use pink styrofoam sheets and layer it, but I said, you know what? I seen some other videos, guys using that stuff, so I sprayed some in over here and carved it out, filled it with a layer of I think I used Hydrocal or Sculpt the Mold, or one of them, carbon plaster, and covered it over once I kind of shaped it to where I wanted to get it. And I also added them, cut down some retaining walls and put them back there to put the 50,000 gallon water tower that I got for on the just for the locomotives to use. That's the Lionel one. That's a pretty nice piece. It's kind of semi-weathered, and it was a nice piece. I've had it for quite some time now. Just never got to the point. I knew I wanted to put it over in this area, but I had never really started to do any work in this area. So, and I kind of liked the way it turned out. I wasn't trying to get that effect. I was trying to keep it along the line. But it kind of looks like, I don't know how well you could tell in the lighting, but kind of looks like the pink granite you find along the shoreline here in Connecticut. Branford, East Haven, New Haven area. And it kind of got that effect, gray, and then you see the orangey colors and the reds and the raw umbers and stuff in it. And it kind of looked nice. It happened by accident, all I gotta say. It wasn't by my doing, but that's how it kind of turned out, and it kind of looks pretty cool. Also, I put this retaining wall over here, And I got the Lionel coal tower over here, and that's kind of where I'm going to set that in. And retaining wall continues around. I put another background building over there. Another mound back there between the industrial water tower, and I just started doing some washes over everything. So matter of fact, I just got through about half hour ago putting another layer of washes on it, and so far it's coming out pretty cool. You know, I placed the retaining wall in, I painted it. I'll go back and touch it up a little bit and add some weathering to it and some vines, and I got those you know, gap fillers or whatever they call them, the columns there that go in the seams, and I'll add those in. But this is a combination of, there again, I used some you know, the plaster. Up on top was more of that spray foam, and those are layers of the pink styrofoam 2-inch thick sheets. And you know, it's coming along. I'm kind of happy with what's going on with it so far, and you know, hopefully when we get it done, it'll be looking real nice. Another thing I picked up was I think it's an awesome piece. I plugged it in, checked it out. I don't have it hooked up yet. It takes a 4.5, I guess, reducer adapter. You know, you can find it pretty much anywhere, but that's what they recommend you use on it. I guess Menards sells it. I didn't think to get it when I ordered this, but this I think is going to go right here. I'm going to place it in here, the American Light and Power, or American Power and Light, I'm sorry. And that's one of the newest buildings I bought. I figured, you know, I ordered one day on a whim, and said, you know, before they're all gone or whatever, and it wouldn't be something I could get, because I thought it looked pretty cool in different videos I saw. So I said, you know, let me get one for the layout. Another thing I purchased when I was up at Amherst is from Charles Rowe was this Lionel Norfolk Southern Veterans, honoring the veterans. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. And that's usually the way I am with stuff. I'll get stuff and it'll sit for I don't know how long before I even pull it out. But you guys have enough videos out there on it. You know what it is, and but hopefully I'll be posting something soon on that. Another thing I got recently is this New Haven Mikata. So hopefully I'll have that out soon. That ain't even it. That's the 10-wheeler, but it's in here somewhere. Yeah, and there's the latest thing I picked up Friday, my Amtrak F40 PH number 388. So hopefully we'll be posting some videos soon on that stuff. And one other locomotive purchase I made, and I usually don't buy it, but I bought it because of the road name, is MTH. They came out with the Dash 8, the Providence Worcesters, and I picked one of them up with the dummy unit. And basically on my home page, that BNSF-8 painted is the one they bought from and painted up to their own colors. So I thought that was a nice piece to get. One more thing, guys. I did finally correct my problem with my legacy signal with my ES44s, and you know, I'm running out of time on this videos, but hopefully in the next one or the next time I have them running out here, they're still on the layout up here. That's the other thing. I took everything off the layout to do what I'm doing here, the big boy and you know, all my rolling stock and stuff. So thanks a lot, guys. Hopefully I'll get something posted again real soon.